How can I choose a great fellow for myself if my self-concept is of pettiness?
Nowadays, relationship seems starts with love and end up turning toxic, and similarly with friendship. My question is, what is the secret of relationship based on true love and understanding?
Let me have someone who gives me something that resonates with what I already think of. Give me someone who can be plugged into the plans. If you have someone who destroys your plans, would you like it? Somebody has to be found. I'm 25 or 28 or 30. I have to get married. When you keep in contact with that one, then you find that you are effortlessly, relatively at least, getting into the right relationships. And that you're not desperate. You don't have any goalposts. You don't have any deadlines. Resolution 2025. I have to get married.
Namaste, Acharya Ji. My question is based on relationships. I have observed nowadays relationship seems starts with love and end up turning toxic, and similarly with friendship starts with normal talks and superficial interactions. So my question is, what is the secret of relationship based on true love and understanding?
Sit, please. See, we want to talk about the other, right? When you say relationship, it implies the other. Huh? The quality of your relationship is simply the quality of yourself. It's going to be the way you are. Your relationship cannot be a great thing if you insist on not being great. Because that fellow, I'm assuming you're talking about a person you relate with. Or relationship could involve a thing as well, or an idea, something. But here probably you're talking of a person. How can I choose a great fellow for myself if my self-concept is of pettiness? What will greatness do to pettiness? Kill it. Who wants to relate to be killed? There is that around 8-9 years old poster in the foundation. When truth is the lover, to be kissed is to be killed. Who wants such a relationship? But that's the relationship we all need. That's the relationship we all need. We'll never want such a relationship. Name the relating agency within. Name the agency within that relates. I, the ego. What's the prakriti, the nature of the ego? Self-preservation. It does everything just to preserve itself and then further itself. Further itself, right? So what purpose would it have even in the relationship? Self-preservation. Let me have someone who fulfills my desires. Let me have someone who gives me something that resonates with what I already think of. I have my plans. Give me someone who can be plugged into the plans. If you have someone who destroys your plans, would you like it? No. You want someone who can be very neatly, smoothly integrated into your plans. And that's what you call then as relationship. So all relationship is a sham. Just the old foolish game of desire and only perpetuates suffering. Do you see this? I want to relate. I want somebody for myself. It could be the opposite gender, or it could be someone my own gender, general friendship, something, classmate, something. Don't we see where the choice comes from? The choice comes from pre-established likes and dislikes. I have a groove, first of all. The groove has already been cut. Now I want an object that fits the groove. Does it not happen that way? It's just like dialing Zomato or something. I'm hungry and hence I dial a particular number. What comes first? The hunger, it's a very primitive hunger. It's a very blind hunger. It's not a choice at all. In college, we used to say, the fellow falls in love in the first semester itself, but takes 3-4 more semesters to get somebody to fall in love with. But he's already in love. Because he's supposed to be in love. That's the way the environment is, and that's the way the hormonal condition is in the first semester. The body is saying, oh, you need someone to sleep with. And you look around and you find somebody with a girlfriend and you say, that fellow too has one, this one, am I the only stupid one? But my JEE rank was better than his. How come he has a... So you're already in love. That's pre-decided. Somebody has to be found. And when it's pre-decided that somebody has to be found, then just about anybody you can lay your hands on becomes your girlfriend, and congrats, you are in a relationship. I'm 25 or 28 or 30. I have to get married. Now the purpose is predefined. So now you are getting on, what are the other apps? Whatever. Getting it. Anything that you put in the internal hole, will it change the configuration of the hole itself? Please tell me. And what if it is a bottomless hole? Anything that you put in that hole, first of all, cannot change its nature. Secondly, it will never succeed in filling it up. Your problem is the hole within, the hollow here, right? You do not realize that it has no bottom. It's unending. So first of all, because it's a circular hollow, so you look for someone with circular features. All right, that one. You come here. Tuck. This is absence of self-knowledge. You do not understand the nature of the inner void. And then you say relationships are failing. No, it's not the relationships that are failing. It's your failure to know yourself. The relationship comes much later, doesn't it? The other comes much later. Also, the entire process is full of violence, at least potentially. Because it's a great deal I'm demanding from the other. This hollow vexes me no end. And I want this one to come into my life and turn it into paradise. The problem is she has the same expectations. Because she carries the same kind of hollow. I'll be disappointed, and so would be she. And then we would blame each other. You see violence? जिंदगी खराब कर दी. मेरे बाप को तुमसे बेहतर कोई नहीं मिला था. That's for arranged marriages. In the middle of the affair, or rather at the initiation of the affair, please ask the other one. See, here, these are my expectations. Naked expectations. You think you can fulfill, but you will never expose this list. Never. Without even making your expectations clear, later on you want the expectations to be fulfilled. And when the other cannot fulfill, you blame. You blame, and you might kick, punch, hit, even kill. अभी बताते हैं हम. Then we talk of so many random things. You know, there is this new coffee flavor at Starbucks. Want to try it? Why don't you really tell her what you want to try out? Randomly talking of some coffee flavor. And she too pretends as if she does not know. Yeah. Let's go and try coffee. Be real. But then you have never practiced being real even with yourself. How can you be real with the other? These are two people playing a pathetic, well-rehearsed, primitive game with each other that is bound to result in a very predetermined outcome. Even the gestures are so predictable. AI can be a great lover. You try it out. For all those 2 a.m., 3 a.m. messages, AI is the best respondent. Same applies to our relationship with our job and country. The concepts of, of patriotism and nation, and our relationship with religion and God. Life is so unending sequence of relationships. You're relating with the chair you sit on. You're relating with the pen you hold. Huh? And we don't know who is the one that relates. Adhyatma, self-knowledge, is about getting into the one who is eager to strike all kinds of relationships. And when you come in contact with that one, it's a continuous process. When you keep in contact with that one, then you find that you are effortlessly, relatively at least, effortlessly getting into the right relationships. And that you're not desperate. You don't have any goalposts. You don't have any deadlines. Resolution 2025. I have to get married. Hmm? I have to do this. How does it feel? I know I can talk of my own case, but how does it feel to you when you see what human existence can be and how we lead it? Huh? We are born, we live like this, we get into somebody's life, we get a woman into our home, she leaves her home, then we have kids. This dark unconscious process, kids are born, and then you are 20 something or 30 something, you are siring your kids, you are the mentor, the guru, and then the kids, they keep growing up, and they are already finished by the time they are 7 or 10, and then the same cycle repeats itself. We go to office. We go to office. We earn money. And if somebody asks us, what is money? Can you define money? Probably we'd struggle with the answer. What is money? We don't know what's money. Yeah, money is something helps us purchase goodies. Yeah, money is something that helps our self-esteem. What is money really? It gets us a house to live in. But what is money? How do I answer that without knowing who am I? Think. Lady, you are 35. Either you are pregnant this year or you will die childless, barren, like a witch. And then we'll burn you at the altar. And you shudder. Oh my God, yes. And you run helter-skelter to get pregnant. What kind of indignified And it's not about having economic prosperity or education or a good tech job or visiting US every third year. I mean, if you are still in the grip of these things, how does it matter how well educated you are or how much you earn? What does it matter? Maybe you will go to a more expensive clinic for your IVF thing. That's all. Or you'll be able to afford a more expensive surrogate something. But still, the core story remains the same, doesn't it? And then we die. Have you seen a dead body? Have you seen how the fellow looks? Sir, ugly, not calm, from my eyes, from where I look. Calmness is not something that you can get after death. The very thing of Jivan Mukti is either you get it when you are still breathing or you have lost the opportunity. I've seen mutilated bodies, victims of road accidents, and I have seen people dying of old age. Either case, there's a wasted life writ large on the face. In fact, there was one entire video dedicated to this. It was titled Maran Na Jaane Koe. I'm not sure whether it's still live or we had to make it private, but it remained live for several years. So there was this ghat at Kanpur and close to a college I used to visit. And there was this dead body right at the ghat stuck there in the morning. There was me, there was another person, and anybody who's seen that video, Maran Na Jaane Ko, dekha aapne? This is a young man's body, 6 feet something. The body has been flowing from somewhere and has come and is now stuck here. And there are stairs leading into the river, and there, right there, is the body. And there's this little temple here, and there's a Pandit Ji, and I am having a conversation with Pandit Ji. And then ultimately we get a long bamboo, and then we push the body like this so that it continues to flow. And as long as we are alive, we behave as if we are immortal, and we create so much chaos. We make things difficult and confined for everybody. We love to arrest people, and in bargain, we allow ourselves to be arrested.
Hello, sir. I'm working in IT industry in the field of AI and ML as a business analyst. Now, my question is related to the dirty politics that happens in work office leading to inefficiency. And actually, there are two parts to the question. One is related to the workplace, and the second part is related to the family life, where we deal with petty issues leading to a lot of friction in the family life. Now, how do I learn, to go ahead with this? How do I learn to forgive these things? Should I forgive? And how do I deal with anger and frustration for these daily occurrences of life? Every day we go through this. Yeah, so that's a brief.
See, the general principle is, if it concerns you, it is your responsibility. It doesn't matter that the thing is happening at the office. But since you are suffering, the sufferer has to be in charge of his own liberation, her own liberation. The onus is on me because I am the one suffering out of it. So it could be the workplace or the family. If I find that there are things that run counter to joy, peace, freedom, and I don't like that, then I'll have to challenge that. Anger, frustration, all these can be very good things if they are coming from the right center. Even desire can be a beautiful thing if it is coming from the right center. So you don't really always have to deal with anger or frustration in the sense of suppressing them or eradicating them. You can deal with anger and frustration also by expressing them, provided you know that your anger and frustration are coming from the right place. If you know that you are angry because you do not like that the office atmosphere is being vitiated, or you do not like that some family member, your boy, your girl, is not going the right way, not choosing the right company, then anger and frustration have to be expressed. And when they are coming from the right center, they lose their toxicity. Anger coming from the right place is just all right. Just all right. Otherwise, it becomes karmakand. To forbid certain actions. Anger too is an action, no? Without looking at where a thing is coming from, if you forbid it or endorse it, that's what karmakand is. Just do this much. Just circumambulate that tree, parikrama 7 times, and you'll be blessed. Don't use your right hand on Sundays. Isn't that similar to never be angry? A particular action that should never be endorsed. No. Now what happens when you ascertain that you are angry from the right place? You express your anger. You want to change things within and without. Either things change, or you realize you have come to something that cannot be changed. And if cannot be changed and it still bothers you, then you decide which way to go. But if it makes you angry and you still do nothing to change or challenge it, then the status quo persists. The suffering remains. Try changing it. Let's see what you can do about the office environment. Obviously, the office seems like a big thing, and a particular person, even if a responsible person, even if a senior person, seems like a small thing in front of the organization itself. But let's try to do something about it. Fully convinced that I'm doing it for the right reasons. Either I meet with some success, either that which is anti-life and anti-joy and anti-freedom, either I succeed in reducing it, or I see that the monster is just too big for me to defeat it. And if you see that, Then you decide to pick a better battle for yourself. Why should I waste myself at a place that has decided to be monstrous and yet unchanging? Why should I stay there? Either way, something will happen, but nothing will happen if you keep bottling yourself down. Are you getting it? You don't like a person with patience, with the right intent. Talk. Either something emerges from this conversation, this engagement, or you realize that nothing is going to emerge. And hence, let me go my own way. The funny thing is, we know that there is a 99% chance that the monster will refuse to change. And the implication of that will be that I'll have to then go my own way. I know that in advance, but I don't want to go my own way because that would involve taking a hit on my comforts, conveniences, and the securities I have amassed, and the predictable way of life I'm used to. I know if I challenge the monster, that's the hit I'll have to take. I don't want to take that hit. So I never challenge at all. Never challenge at all. Here you are, I want to constructively engage with you. So I fly down, here I am talking to you. By you, I mean everybody I'm engaging with. One day it becomes very clear to me that this beloved nation of mine has taken a collective decision to not to change. I'll find something better for myself to do. Seriously. I'm with you only because I still see a possibility. The day collectively this nation sends me an ultimatum. We are done with you. We are happy the way we are. Don't bother us with your pyrotechnics. I'm not going to foist myself on you. There'll be two. I'll sense that. I'll judge that. I'm with you only as long as I see that things are changing. If things don't change, no point keeping yourself in a fool's paradise, no? Breaking your head against the wall. That makes a dead being out of you. So many Indian relationships are a very good example of that. In office, at work, business, home, family, everywhere. And your relationship with religion. You know the other is not going to change. So you simply give up. You just give up. And then these are two people saddled with each other like automatons, just tolerating each other. And they have grown so accustomed to each other that they don't even mind this kind of bondage. That's not the life anybody should choose. That's not the life you should choose. That's not the life I'm going to choose. Either things should improve or we move on. That's all. And I'll make my utmost honest effort without waiting for any reciprocal gesture from your side to improve things. I'll do everything that I can to improve things. But still, if you decide, it's your office, it's your organization, if you still decide that you aren't going to listen, all right. It's a big planet. so many continents and 200 odd countries, 8 billion people, we'll find another place.